Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my September update of my Pan Those Eyeshadows project pan. I'm so excited for this month's update because I've hit another pan, which is always super exciting, but it's an unexpected pan, one that I was not thinking that I was going to hit. I was actually going to focus on another eyeshadow and then ended up hitting pan on the one that I did. So really excited though to have another pan and some progress on some other shadows. So stick around to see which eyeshadow I hit pan on and to see all the clips to see the progress that I've made on my other eyeshadows. But real quick, I always like to start these videos off in case you're new with how this project works. So in front of me, I have my spreadsheet, which lays out every single eyeshadow I have in my collection. And at the beginning of this year, I randomly selected 5 eyeshadows from that list to work on until I hit pan on those eyeshadows. And once I hit pan, I will roll them out of the project and then I'll randomly select another one to roll it. And so that's really fun because it gets me out of my comfort zone, gets me trying different shades and gets me trying different combinations together, which I really like. And the majority of these videos I end with a little get ready with me where I use all 5 shades. So it definitely pushes me out of my comfort zone. So stick around if you want to see that. Speaking of my spreadsheet, I have in front of me my numbers, which I like to share at the beginning of each video, and especially as my pan numbers increase, and then as does my pan percentage, I like to share that as well. My goal is to hit pan percentage of 15% of my collection by the end of this year. We are well on our way, although it feels a little bit like slow and steady. And I did some math the other day and I'm gonna have to hit like 6 more pans or something to be able to hit that number. So I'm not sure if we can do it, but we're gonna try. I will share my numbers with you right now anyways. My total eyeshadows remain the same at 212. 14 of those are single shadows, 198 of them are across 11 different palettes. And my pans went from 26 pans to 27 pans this month, which moved my pan percentage from 12.26% to 12.73%. So getting close to that 13% mark, which is only 2% away from my goal. So hopefully we can slowly but surely get there. And that leaves us with 184 eyeshadows to select for this month to replace the one that I hit pan on. I think that is all the background information that we need. So let's go ahead and jump into the update. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about all the shadows that are still sticking around this month. So I actually wanna start off with my Morphe Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette and the shade right here, Good Place. So I was making a big push at the beginning of this month to finish or to hit pan on this eyeshadow. So I used it 6 times, and then when I realized that I was probably gonna hit pan on a different one, I ended up starting to use some of my other shadows. So I think my goal next month will be to hit pan on this shadow. I feel like if you can look at the progress clips, we're getting like very, very close. And I'm thinking that it's not too far in the future for us to be able to get. Those 6 uses, I think we're pretty much exclusively using it as liner. So definitely using less than like I normally would be if I was like placing it all over the lid, but it definitely gives you a little concentrated brush approach, and I really like using that shadow as liner. I think it's super pretty. Next is my Makeup Geek Bitten eyeshadow. I'm wearing this today in my outer corner. I wore this 3 times this month, and progress on this one continues to be slow and steady, but I feel like the dip in the pan continues to expand. I really enjoy wearing this one, and I think, like I said, I think I mentioned it in my last video, I think it's gonna be perfect for fall. So I don't mind keeping it in because I think it's gonna be a really wearable shade for fall for me. And just being able to wear in my outer corner, on my lower lash line or whatever. So super happy to be continuing working on this. And like I said, progress is slow and steady, but it's progress nonetheless. Next shadow comes from my Kathleen Lights Il Makiage collab, and it's the Disco Fox palette. And the shade that I've been working on is this purple shade called Dream On. And this is such a beautiful shade. I just did not get around to wearing it this month as much as I feel like I have been. I only wore it twice, but it is so pretty. And it's just like such a light purple. And every time I wear it, someone compliments my eyeshadow, like random people. We were at an amusement park and I like had put it on, and one of our good guy friends actually was like, I like the I like the light purple. So it's funny, and like my son has made comments about it. Oh, like mommy, you have purple on your eyes. I'm a big fan of this one, and I'm happy to keep it in this project. I think, I'm not sure if I'm gonna hit pan on it. I have no idea how deep these shades go, so it's just kind of one that I've been enjoying using. And honestly, before I rolled it in, I don't think I'd used it once, or maybe just once. So it's kind of one of those ones where I'm like, if I hit pan, great, but if I don't, that's okay. And I'm just like really enjoying getting to try it and use it. Next comes my latest roll-in. This is from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Volume 1 palette, and it's this shade right here called Beam. I actually used this 9 times this month, mostly as an inner corner highlight, so it was pretty easy to use. Today and another day, I wore it like all over the, I'd say, first half of my lid, and then blend it out into that Makeup Geek Bitten shadow. So that's a way to use it a bit more, but it's just a super versatile shade. Sorry, the trash truck is outside right now. I was really happy about this roll-in last month, although a little disappointed that I was rolling the same eyeshadow palette in, but happy about the shade that I did roll in, because I feel like this is a really versatile shade, and I can use it, like I said, for inner corner, but I can also use it for other things as well. And so it was kind of easy to use it 9 times this month, and was by far my most used eyeshadow. So excited about that. I don't really see any progress in the shade yet, but I'm thinking over the next few months we'll probably be able to hit pan on this one if I continue using it as much as I have been. So those are the 4 shades staying in this project. And then the shade that I'm rolling out, if you're familiar with this project, you probably know which one it is, but it was a bit of a surprise to me. It is my shade from my So Jaded Kathleen Lights ColourPop palette. And the reason it was a surprise is because I'd been using this shade as a crease shade for a long time, and it was like not really showing any progress in the pan for the longest time. And then I'd say in the last like month or so, it finally started showing some progress. And so I used this 6 times this month to hit pan. Hopefully you can see that, but you'll be able to see it in the close-up. Here's the swatch of it. I was using this shade both as my crease shade as well as my lower lash line shade, and I think that combination helped me actually hit pan. Because obviously using it with a crease shade, I was putting like a big brush like this in there, so it was definitely picking up more product. But then when I'd use it as a lower lash line shade, I'd definitely dip a more concentrated brush in, and I think those two in combination helped me be able to reach a pan. So really excited to have another pan in this palette, because these are hard to get through, and just excited that I was able to hit pan on that one, because I was not expecting that at all. And then it happened, and I was like, oh, well, that's exciting. Now I get to probably pick up a different crease shade from a different palette. So like over the last few days, I've been using crease shades from both of these palettes in hopes that maybe I'll hit pan on one of those in the meantime, because unless I roll in another crease shade, I'm gonna have to grab one from somewhere else. And so hopefully I can hit pan on kind of like a side project, or just like something that I'm working on elsewhere. And if I can do that, that will definitely help my pan percentage. I feel like things might be coming together. I don't know, but we will see. And yeah, that's where we're at. So these 4, like I said, are staying in the project. Really pretty. Love all 4 of them. Really happy about this. And then I am rolling out Geodude, which I'm really excited about as well. I used this 51 times total. I'm sure you'll see that in the clips, but I did want to mention that as well to hit pan on it. Although I would say like the first 30 some uses, I felt like it didn't even look like I was using it. And then all of a sudden we were getting very close to pan, and then hit pan. So really excited about that. And now what I'm gonna do is pull up my Pretty Random app, and we're gonna select a new eyeshadow to roll in its place. The number we got is 117. And that comes from my Urban Decay Naked palette, which I don't think we've worked on this year, although I have had in several different Pan Those eyeshadow projects. And the shade that was selected is this one right here called Toasted. And so definitely another very wearable shade. I think could be really great with this color story, to be honest with you. So that is it swatched there. Again, I think that's actually gonna be perfect for fall. I think that will work really well with the Makeup Geek Bitten shade. So super excited to be rolling that one in actually. I never know what I'm gonna get when I do the Random app. But excited to have a new palette in this project, in the sense of like I haven't worked on Naked at all this year, and also excited to have that shade in because I think that shade's gonna go really well with the rest of the color story. It's gonna be great for fall, and excited to see what all of these look like together when I use them. So stick around for that. I'm going to quickly switch over and show you what they all look like together. Good morning. I am here to put on all 5 shades. Apologies if I seem a little bit low energy today. I did not sleep very well last night, like pretty much at all. It was a rough night for me. I don't know why. It just like, I don't know, sleep was not happening. And then I would wake up and be awake for hours. So I'm a little tired this morning, but we are here and I'm ready to put all 5 eyeshadows on my eyes. And actually 6 shadows because I'm actually grabbing a crease shade from this Spanglish, or it's the Alamar Cosmetics Spanglish palette. So I'm grabbing this shade right here and I'm just gonna lay that down all over my crease. Next, I'm gonna grab Dream On from my Disco Fox palette, and I'm gonna put this very much in like the inner third of my eye. I think my plan today is to do like a little bit of a gradient, so we'll see how that works, but I'm starting with this one towards the inner corner. I'm going to grab my newest shadow, which is Toasted from the Naked, Urban Decay Naked palette, and I'm gonna put that in the center of my lid. Honestly, I'm so happy we rolled that shade in because it's such an easy to wear, like everyday shade, but also works really well with this color story. So I think it's gonna be one that I really enjoy working on, especially as we're heading into fall. I think it's perfect. Grabbing a brush for my Makeup Geek Bitten shadow, I'm gonna be putting this on the outer third of my lid. And I don't have foundation or anything on yet, so I'm gonna clean up those outer corners, don't worry. Not that you were worried, but I don't know, that just came out. But if you were worried, you don't have to be. Okay, we need to spend some time blending because we have not done that yet. So I'm gonna spend some time with my fluffy brush, and then I'm gonna spend some time with a more concentrated brush. Okay, we're at a point where I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with Good Place, but I think I mentioned earlier in the video that I've been like using it and loving it as a liner. And so I think I'm just going to stick to that. I was gonna just put it on the lower lash line, but I think I'm going to wear it as a liner anyways because I've just really been enjoying wearing it like that. So why not? Okay, since we're not using Good Place on the lower lash line, I'm actually gonna pick up Bitten again and put this one on my lower lash line. I feel like maybe I would have preferred the brown. I'm gonna go back in with this brown and lay this down. Hopefully I'm not like overdoing it now. But I'm gonna lay this down and blend this out on top of Bitten. I just feel like the lower lash line is a bit harsh compared to the rest of the look. I'm just taking this like reusable round I have some makeup remover on and just trying to like clean it up a little bit so it's not as stark. I don't know. I don't know if it's working or not, but hopefully that helps the lower lash line a little bit. And then we have one more shade to use, which is a super easy one. Comes from this palette, and is this shade right here, and I'm just going to put this on my inner corners. That is it. I really like how this look turned out. I think you'll be able to see it better in a second when I put on the rest of my makeup, so I will be back when I have a full face on. So this is the final look with all 5 eyeshadows on the eyes. I hope you all enjoyed getting to see this whole video, getting to see the shadow that I rolled out, the new shadow I rolled in, and then also I think a lot of you like when I apply all 5 shadows to my eyes, so hopefully you enjoyed this part as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.